Hello everyone, welcome back to Sidewalk STEM this week here at the East Lansing Public Library. I'm Dr. B, and this week I've got kind of a special treat. I've got some unique friends I'm going to pull out and introduce you to. Let me go ahead and grab one here. If you're a little squeamish of insects or bugs or creepy crawlies, warning, this might not be the video for you, but we've got some insects here that are utterly harmless and really cool. So let me go ahead and grab one. And so what I've got here is a Madagascar Hissing Cockroach. And these are courtesy of my friends over at the MSU Bug House. If you've never been to the MSU Bug House, it is a fantastic collection and display over on campus, just down the road here on Abbott. And they have an open house coming up for the public on August 8th from 5:30 to 7:30. So if you're interested or want to learn more about insects and bugs and arthropods, I highly recommend checking that out. So this is a Madagascar Hissing Cockroach. It gets its apt name from the fact that when it feels threatened, and I don't know if we'll hear it in this video, it's able to squeeze its body and force some excess air within its abdomen out of holes all along the abdomen called spiracles. And it makes a hissing sound that sounds a lot like a snake. And what that does is it scares predators. And it is pretty scary. I know that these creatures can do that. And if it does it here while I'm holding it, I might even jump a little bit because it surprises me every single time. But this is a fantastically beautiful insect here. Very similar in morphology to some of the kinds of bugs and beetles that we have here in Michigan. You can see it's got a head, it's got a thorax, it's got this abdomen, it has 6 legs, has antennas and mandibles. And I mean, it just kind of tickles. An utterly docile, harmless, nice, calm, slow creature here. They don't have wings, so they cannot fly. That's turned into a hard shell on their body for extra protection. Most insects do have wings and can fly. And you wouldn't ever find something like this around here on our own sidewalks in Michigan. These are native to Madagascar. They prefer the much warmer climate. And they're a really important part of the ecosystem there. They're decomposers, so they break down a lot of dead matter and detritus to help keep the ecosystem clean and recycle nutrients. And they're one of the favorite foods of lemurs, so they play an important role as something that's consumed as well within the system. And they're really neat. So this bug might look kind of big and kind of scary, but it's not even really a bug. We call a lot of things bugs, you know, colloquially, but this is an insect. And bugs is a special kind of group of arthropods that typically have mouth parts designed for sucking food out of something. They're typically parasites. Not these, they have mandibles, and they're just extra so cute. And so even though this is very big, kind of intimidating, not at all harmful, very harmless. But it is important here in Michigan, especially as we're going into the late summer and into the fall season, to do be mindful of the insects and bugs and critters that we do have here in our woods, and especially ticks. Unfortunately here in Michigan we have a lot of ticks, and it is kind of important if you're going to be out in the woods or out in some fields, out in nature, which I definitely encourage, to be mindful of some tick safety. So it typically helps to wear some light colored pants and socks and shoes and kind of do a check every now and then to make sure you don't have any hitchhikers on you there. And you can wear some deterrents, some repellents, those can be helpful also. And definitely within a couple of hours of coming out of the woods or nature, it's good to do a tick check, especially on any kids or pets. And a shower can usually dislodge them too before they're able to really dig in and potentially transmit some otherwise sometimes dangerous and not very fun tick-borne diseases. But definitely enjoy the natural world, appreciate its biodiversity and its wonder, and always take a moment to stop and check and find whatever beauty we can in our wonderful diversity of local insects and arthropods. So while we don't have any of these Madagascar hissing cockroaches, we do have lots of other really cool small creatures to find and discover and appreciate, all of which play really important roles in our ecosystem, whether they're consumed or they're decomposers or pollinators. Definitely valuable friends. Alright, well, I've been Dr. B. I hope you've enjoyed this special episode of our Sidewalk STEM series, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye.